There's this woman, and anytime she's around, everyone drops everything they're doing to go up to her and treat her like I have never seen someone get treated before, and I'm talking about by A-list celebrities. She was recently spotted with Rihanna at the gala. I believe this was in Paris, and she's in the middle of the spotlight. Everyone's around her, and they're just guiding her. Shortly after this, she was backstage with ASAP Rocky, and she has a lot of pictures with ASAP Rocky, and they're even getting up close and personal in some of them. Now, what do Rihanna and ASAP Rocky have in common? Yes, obviously they're married, but they have both shown really dark symbolism. They're both A-list celebrities extremely high up in the music industry, and Kim Kardashian and Kanye West, kind of the same thing. They were used to be together. Kanye West, extremely high in the industry. Kim Kardashian, one of the most popular people in the world. And they've both been seen with her multiple different times. It doesn't really make sense. The list goes on. We have Migos, multiple different pictures with all of the members from Migos, and a lot of them just individually with pictures of her. And then we have Usher next, another high A-list celebrity, multiple different pictures, multiple different videos of him just being attentive, listening to her, looking like the happiest man alive. Who is this woman? Michelle Lamy. She goes as the Gothic priestess, or more so, the high priestess of Paris. And if you search her up on Google, you get that she is a French culture and fashion designer. She has been a clothing designer, performer, film producer, and restaurateur. She's also the co-founding partner of Owens Corp and functions as the executive manager for art and furniture. She's 80 years old and she is married to Rick Owens. Now, I think this is a very key factor because Rick Owens, one of the biggest fashion designers in the world, he's known as the Lord of Darkness in the fashion industry. And if you have seen any of his shows, this nickname, it just makes perfect sense. He's also 18 years younger than her. I've heard things that they're not together for the purpose of sexual connections, which whatever, each to your own. But first of all, you got to see this picture of Michelle Lamy wearing Rick Owens' head. Now, if this doesn't tell you enough of what's going on, I don't know what else to say. But really, what the heck is it with this couple, especially her, Michelle, that these celebrities treat her so highly? Now, I get that fashion is a major thing in the music industry and that these rappers and artists and singers spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on their outfits, and it's their persona, it's what they look like. So I understand that. But you can't tell me that is the main reason. There's gotta be something else. So I continued to look into her, and one thing I noticed is that she has many pictures of her and Marina Abramovic. This is what really got me suspicious. They have a lot of interviews together and they seem very close. And I was scrolling her Instagram, Michelle Lamy's, and she has a picture of literally just Marina Abramovic and nothing else. So they're definitely close. And also her Instagram there's a lot of weird stuff on it, and I'm not going to show it on here. You can check on your own, but super weird. Back to Marina Abramovic. When you look her up, it says that she is a Serbian conceptual artist. Her work explores body art, endurance art, the relationship between the performer and audience, the limits of the body, and the possibilities of the mind. Now, that's a very nice way of saying spirit cooking, and that's what many people know her for. That's what I know her for. She has full instructions online of spirit cooking, and just the warning, if you look it up, it's really disturbing. Rhythm Zero. It was a 6-hour endurance art performed by Marina Abramovic in 1974, and she would stand still for 6 hours, and she would have 72 objects, and they ranged from a rose, a feather, perfume, honey, bread, grapes, wine, scissors, a scalpel, nails, a metal bar, a gun, and a bullet. And she would just sit there, and she was gonna see how far the public would go. What are these people gonna do to her? And they could use any of those objects, to 72, from food to literally weapons, and they can do anything to her and she wouldn't move. And you can look it up, it's wild. But this is an example of what she's into. Example, I mentioned it many times, so I won't go deep into it, but Lady Gaga went to her for teachings, and you can watch the full video online if you look it up. Just really weird practices, rituals, and it makes you wonder, what are these people coming up to her for? Because she gets the same treatment as Michelle Lamy. she gets treated like royalty. You have pictures of her, Jay-Z, another one with Kim Kardashian. I mean, we don't have to go through the whole list again, but it just makes you wonder. We know now that she's extremely close with Michelle Lamy. She's known as the Priestess of Paris. She's married to the Lord of Darkness. It almost feels like there has to be something sinister going on. Are these musical artists coming to her for special practices, like maybe behind the scenes teachings like Lady Gaga did with Marina? I personally don't know, but I refuse to believe that it's just a sign of respect for their art and their fashion. I don't know, what do you guys think?